What's up, everybody? My name is Erin, and welcome to the Mad Maker Studio, where I like to make things. I just got finished exercising. I've got an early start tomorrow, so I thought, why not squeeze in a short game before bed? And this felt very appropriate. A lot of us are still dealing with the self-isolation, the quarantining. I mean, there's a global pandemic still going on. And this stood out to me on Steam as a very relatable sort of game. Though it does start out pretty funny, you'll see in a little bit. But let's hop on in and let me check the options real quick to see if I need to have subtitles. Yeah, let me put subtitles on for you guys. Okay, well, this looks like a very cute, short, fun, relatable game, so let's hop on in and see what it's about. You are Nigel Wimble, hard-hitting PBTV documentary filmmaker. You are at 23 Millbury, close to finish filming the final episode of your award-winning series. How to Cope with Boredom and Loneliness, a guide for the isolated. You have come to talk with Harold Fletcher, a 43-year-old man who has been grounded to his bedroom for over 30 years. Since his mother Margaret only allows Harold to visitation for 15 minutes a day, you only have enough time to talk about 3 topics. Carefully choose 3 items of interest from Harold's room to learn about how he copes with boredom and loneliness. Every item tells a story. But not every story is relevant to Nigel's show. Confirm your selections, then watch the documentary unfold. So we can only pick 3 items. Your show will be scored by a focus group at the end. Good luck. Okay, so that was just the tutorial. I've been trying to click on this telescope for a long time.
Harold's only view to the larger world is through this telescope. It breaks your heart, hopefully.
Maud from 94 is rather slender.
Yeah, so of course if you're a grounded kid, you're not going to have television. Well, he has a television here. Forget what I just said. Let's click the TV.
A modern TV? I'm surprised his mother allows him to watch television.
He's allowed that on no later than 8 PM.
Harold's mother Margaret. How long will she punish him for?
Oh, I wish you'd stop staring at me, Mr. Wimble. Ooh, Harold doesn't need a father.
Excuse me, ma'am. What did your son do to make you ground him for so long?
Harold Fletcher, a curious man in a curious situation.
Is this going to take long? Mother says visitation is only 15 minutes today, even though you're the first visitor I've ever had.
A 42-year-old man still sleeping in a plastic race car bed? How pathetic. And it's just what I'm looking for.
Oh, Harold loves cars and sleeping. It only made sense to combine his passions.
This man doesn't know how to drive a real car.
How long has Harold been playing guitar? What if I've discovered a virtuoso? It looks well used.
Mother says I sing like a dog, howling in agony.
My dad told me the same thing too whenever I tried practicing my viola at home.
An empty aquarium. Pet fish, like Harold, are prisoners to their environment. Well, I can draw a great parallel to this.
Harold's father was never there, so I got him a fish.
Naturally.
This oversized cuddly toy looks like it's grown old with Harold. I bet a story about these two growing up could pull at the heartstrings. Wait, what are those stains?
Kevin's been rather good to me over the years.
I don't want to talk about that.
I noticed a mural on Harold's wall. Two fish swimming away from each other. Did Harold paint this as a metaphor for the relationship with his mother?
That was the first and last time Harold scribbled on his wall.
Is that what got him in here?
An old toy truck, made by Harold's father, perhaps. Maybe I can trigger a painful memory.
Oh, Harold never plays with that, after everything his father did for him.
I couldn't help but notice a novelty crab clock. Sometimes to combat loneliness, the isolated will attribute personality to inanimate objects, like in that Tom Hanks movie.
Oh, Harold loves that clock. We sometimes use it to time the intervals between Harold being naughty. For every 5 minutes he's good, I don't smack him round the head.
My goodness. My brother had one of these clocks. It was a little crab when you like, you know, I don't know if it was a clock. I think it was. It was some kind of toy you wound up and it danced like side to side to side. And he got it from, we had some family friends that went on a cruise. And I got a bracelet, and then he got this much more fun clock because we were both children at that time.
This looks like a screenplay. Is Harold writing a movie?
I like to write erotic drama set in science fiction landscapes.
Yep, that's how the old fanfic habit starts.
Boris the KGB movie came out in the 80s. Was this the last movie Harold went out to see?
Boris is actually ex-KGB. He fights for us now. It shows people can change, Mother. This is why I don't allow Harold to watch movies anymore. Rotting his mind with Soviet propaganda.
Ma'am, you're up here? I need you to bring it way, way, way down to the first floor of this house, in the basement if you have one, please. Okay, so...
Potential soundbite. With an eye in the sky, you can sometimes forget where your feet are. Oh, that's poetic.
Okay, I definitely think the telescope is worth showing. I'm gonna go with the telescope. The fish and his mom. I think we should start with the mom.
I need to select 3 items first.
Oh, I thought that's what I was doing. Oh, okay, I see what it is. Live and learn.
His name's Harold Fletcher, and he spent the last 30 years grounded to his bedroom. In tonight's final part of How to Cope with Boredom and Loneliness, a guide for the isolated, we've saved the worst for last. And by worst, I mean award-winning. Hello, I'm Nigel Wimble.
I can't even remember why I grounded him now. It wasn't for any one thing in particular. More just a bubbling pot of bad behaviour that needed to put a lid on, so to speak.
You can replace the word lid with Harold's bedroom door to understand Harold's mother's analogy. I was desperate to discover how Harold had been coping with the boredom and loneliness from 30 years of isolation. Harold's mother has always played prison warden, from womb to room. Margaret, do you worry about the harm this isolation may be causing Harold?
Harold brought this on himself. What about me? I've been isolated too. I haven't had sex since Harold's father died. No one would ever want to be stepfather to that little bastard. You should be making this documentary about me. I'm the one being punished.
What a horrible woman.
I'm so lonely, Mr. Wimble.
Screw you.
You can lose hours to the peace and tranquility of a well-maintained aquarium. But like the fish, Harold is swimming in a sea of isolation.
I sometimes look at the fish tankers as if it is my bedroom and I am mother. But then I felt it wasn't fair to keep the fish isolated like me, so I set it free.
What did you do with the fish?
Well, I took it to school to release into the nearby brook. But by the time I had got there, it had dried out in my pocket.
Of course it did.
With an eye in the sky, you can sometimes forget where your feet are. For Harold, he never forgets where his feet are, but still has sights on the stars.
This old telescope has got me through many an afternoon. Sometimes I'll pretend I'm a World War II sniper and people at the bus stop are advancing Germans. They wouldn't stand a chance if it was a sniper rifle, let me tell you. They could try taking cover, but I'm pretty sure the bullets would penetrate the bus shelter. It would be an absolute bloodbath.
What?
My time with Harold has come to an end. I hope one day he will find freedom and live a full life. Until then, he will continue to look for ways to cope with boredom and loneliness. I'm Nigel Wimble. Good night. Join us next week as Nigel investigates Jesus. Did he really have a beard? 9 p.m. Wednesday night.
The important
on
questions.
PPTV.
Focus group report. Horrible. Not gonna read that first one. He murdered a fish, yet you put this man on television? 3 out of 10. An angry vegan. I use my telescope the exact same way. Amazing show, Nigel. 8 out of 10. Pat from Whippleend. Okay, so... Okay, let's try this again. Just one more time. This is just a very casual, informal let's play. I'm still kind of getting my feet wet into uploading to YouTube regularly and making videos and talking to camera. And in a way, what I'm doing right now with these videos is my own way to cope with boredom and loneliness, which I'm sure a lot of you are as well. So we are going to make a better documentary. So I think where... Alright, let's get back to his room. I'll explain myself a little bit. Okay. So I think where I went wrong is I focused too much on his loneliness and isolation. I didn't really show, you know, how he's coping with boredom. Like, what does he do for fun? So the fish, like, this is the last scribble he ever, the first and last time he scribbled on a wall, which is very good, I might add. When I was at that stage scribbling on the walls, I just did a big letter E because I was learning how to write, and I thought that was dope AF. But it's clearly very into this movie. So I want to go, and like the clock is just fun. I remember my brother and I had endless afternoons of fun. So I'm gonna pick the crab clock, the bee poster, and his and his fanfic. But in what order? Well, I guess it didn't matter. What order? Well, yeah, I did put it in order. Gosh, Aaron. I should be in bed, but I'm not because I'm too jazzed from working out earlier. Okay, let's roll. So he loves his race car bed, but he didn't. His mother said that. He didn't say that. So I'm going to do... I'm just gonna go for it. I'm not even gonna check the sound bites. I'm just gonna go for it. This is... We already know he's lonely, but how does he cope with being lonely and bored? Let's find out.
Isolation is no joke. It's not just boring, it's lonely too. Nobody understands that more than the subject of tonight's episode of How to Cope with Boredom and Loneliness, a guide for the isolated. Hello, I'm Nigel Wimble. Harold Fletcher has been grounded to his bedroom since 1986. That's over 30 years. His mother has offered us a rare glimpse into his life as prisoner and son.
On your feet, Fletcher. You have a visitor.
I hope to learn how Harold has coped with the boredom and loneliness from 30 years of isolation. I spied a screenplay Harold had been working on. A movie producer in the making? He certainly wouldn't look at a place in Hollywood. He decided to read me some lines from his new screenplay called Brad Planet and the Tentacle of Temptation.
She ran a slightly damp tentacle across his cheek as he gazed longingly into her compound eyes. I don't care that you tried to bite my head off during coitus. I love you, Sheila. Run away to planet Vargon with me. I love you too, Brad,
God, this is exactly
father,
like
let me talk to him.
all
He'll
fanfic.
understand once I show him how much I love you. Now come here and kiss me. Oh, Brad. Sheila passionately kisses Brad with her 4 mouths. Brad slowly sticks his finger into
I don't
her
think we can
gooey-
air this.
That will do, Harold. You're a bloody space pervert.
Should give him the laptop so we can
Wow.
upload this masterpiece to
Wonderful
ff.net.
Is ever ticking. In a way, time has been his only companion.
I've always hated Crab Clock. He's always been there mocking me with his incessant ticking and tocking. Did you know he's ticked roughly 1,060,680,001, 2, 3 times since my incarceration? I didn't bother counting the tocks.
I noticed a poster for an old children's movie. For some, movies are an escape from reality. For Harold, his reality is like a movie. A depressing TV movie, starring actors you haven't seen in 20 years.
I do love getting lost in a good movie. I think Boris the KGB movie was the last time I did get lost in a movie. It was the last time Mother rewarded me for good behaviour. I remember it like yesterday.
Oh.
I'm a mean, I'm an intellectual, I'm Russian, you see, I'm the homosexual. Good night, comrade, your drink's been laced. I'm gonna tie you up, pollinate your face. I want to torture you, make you scream. After all, I'm Boris the KGB. You better be there, brother, or I'm breaking these. I'm a mad brother, buzzer, I'm KGB. You want to buzz with me, you can't buzz with me. To the K, to the G, to the mother buzzer B. You say you want to live, but you gotta die. You better say goodbye, here comes some cyanide. Boris, please, you don't have to do this. It was just business, it was all about the honey. I'm not a traitor, I love this country. You've got to release me, you have to see. I'm country first and I'm still KGB. You are no longer KGB, you're just a simple worker bee. Person number 33, you haven't never broken me. Would you like a cup of tea? That was just a joke, you see. You'll never see a cup of tea as long as you're alive today. But coffee is available if you like a cup of two. Would you like a sugar cube when I finish putting you to be here, brother? Cause I aim to please. I got a knife and a hammer and some antifreeze. Is it hard to speak? through your missing teeth, but you try to fly, what's to take your eye? If you want to leave, then take my key, but I'm breaking these, I'm Boris the KGB. Oh, behave, brother.
I had my mouth covered.
I remember Boris
I
used
wouldn't
to say,
interrupt.
Oh, behave, brother.
get it, behave. It was awfully funny when Mother used to tell me to behave and I'd retort, oh, behave, Mother. Do you remember that, Mother? Yes, I do remember, you cheeky little sheep. Then Mother would put you over a knee, but you didn't tell the man that, did you? Have you seen the version on YouTube where the movie speeds up every time Boris
He does
kills a
have
dissident?
access to the internet.
It becomes quite dizzying.
Dude, you got problems.
My time with Harold has come to an end. I hope one day he will find freedom and live a full life. Until then, he will continue to look for ways to cope with boredom and loneliness. I'm
Oh my
Nigel
gosh.
Wimble. Good night. Join us next week as Nigel investigates Jesus. Did he really have a beard? 9 p.m. Wednesday night on PBTV.
Oh my gosh. Shout out to the devs who made like a full protection for that bee. My mouth just fell open and then it just kept on going and going. So I just had to cover my mouth to try and hold in my laughter. Oh, it was awful and horrible, but oh my gosh. Oh, it was hilarious. Oh, just such a japery. Okay, so we upgraded to regular. That screenplay sounded hot. Was part 2 coming out? He just said he has YouTube, so he has access to the internet. This boy could be uploading his work to ff.net, where all bad fanfiction starts. I can say that because I did it too. Oh man, I don't even know if it still exists. The filmmaker asks the prisoner about a clock while I'm looking at my watch. 4 out of 10 to board viewer. I was exceptionally shocked and captivated by that B movie. It was horrifying, don't get me wrong, but oh my gosh. I wish that mother would behave. Touching stuff, 7 out of 10. Simon from Middlewich. Well, I think I've had my fill of how to cope with boredom and loneliness. I've got to go to bed now. I've got an early day tomorrow. Oh my gosh, that was a trip. It's a very short game, but it was highly entertaining. I did not expect like a full musical number to just bust out of that. It was fantastic. Oh, gold stars, 5 stars all around. Oh my gosh. All right, well, I'm not going to finish out the rest of it. I know, I'm sure other people have already played this, so you can look it up, but I would encourage you to go play it for yourself on Steam. This was a free-to-play game, and I'm going to link to it down in the description below. If you do end up playing it, you know, come back and let me know what rating you got on your first try. Oh, it's late. I need to go to bed. I've got an early start tomorrow and like so many errands to run after, you know, my day job. So I'm going to call it here. Wish everyone a good night, good day, good morning, wherever you are in the world. I don't know how Sophie does it. I miss you, girl. Come back soon. Hopefully this will be just so far down in my video list that next to no one will ever watch it. And they'll never know how I fumbled and how much I suck at improv, because I do, but I'm hoping to get better at it by doing these Let's Plays. I'm already noticing a remarkable difference in how I pronounce words and things. Bah. Well, I guess you've stayed here long enough, so thank you for joining me. I hope to see you next time, and I'll catch you later. Bye!